pod now. Yeah? So thanks everyone for coming out. And you just said political thinker, right? These are very bad times for people like me if you are writing political stuff. So anyway, what I'd like to read today is a new book that I wrote this summer. It's called Lyric/Resistance. And this is the first time I'm reading from this book. Lyric Resistance. When my mother, through the arrows of idle memory, became hybrid back formation of lower rank than the angels, then I brought bad luck, Rynek, to translating her ear, and in the local tango or polka, the infection, they said, was minuscule, like the dry monsoon, a simpler sugar. On the order of Janis Joplin, these feast days, the appalling loss of life I knew in the third battle, are theater colonies, where I cannot take action to prevent accidents. I cannot, in the evenings, startle with pop art. I cannot be a small, sharp blade to stiff leather. This advanced stage of 1960s jet planes, venomous spines, is less exact sadism, marine wool. You get the rough edge? The Falconer, pepper-needy man, by jazz or pavement as a bomb, a gargoyle having small breasts, stories in which the stones in which the fruit is ripe. I learned handwriting as a single member of a class of pilots. For the storage of oil, the death of the insured person, the observed values are mouth central. Explain to me this language spoken by 6 million people. I am a full month of the moon. My never land at the south celestial pole, and my fleshy cheek pads are soon to see the bladed African tool. Blazing homes, an alteration of postage with palm turned outward and a steel bill. These odes celebrate XYZ affairs. The bagpipes give you new finishes. They make of you a rose pink delta, a little liquid, a steam of gas, the throbbing of a tortoise judge. My name made of silk ribbons, silk hair. Decorate me with irregular drops. Gut, lungs, yolk sac. I am still breathing all black paintings. The red seas yielding this timber are inferior to teapoy patterns, the poets noted for their descriptions of childhood. In various states of undress, I am undone. The last thing is to pay a respectful visit to the railway grit of the human brain. Does it sound still okay?
Yeah.
Bald argyle, a fine spray, vision of the critical mass where your laughing forbids masculine tone, the mists of Zeus being made to support athletes, anthems, books formed of coral. The litany of 100 liquid songs, each one of which is the price of a candela, placed on rooftops to hum a lullaby, something soothing drink, on the morning of the destroyed horse-divided lobes, the matchbook imam who ran away to Canada, and each of the songs, An Eye in the Sun, a mute swan, never on Friday, listening to the firearm. Perspectivism. A person's body entering hygiene, the degree of slope at which I break, separated by the distance of one-step players playing the same ball. The exterior noise, native to my gait, heraldic tincture, is a noise of silver-haired card games in which we waste our Fridays arranging the fourfold pearls. I cannot. This garment, a griffin and a filly, affixing stamps to the album, I saw outside the window the beginning of a word. A child's teeth, pearly white, forming the names of magnesium and probity. I cannot feed on prey, the undirected movements of my cells. I admit I will call you Monday. The aromatic foliage contracts, poor thing, as soon as I make my promise. The days we call knowns are all we have in common, like plates of stones for the noon office. The afternoon adhan comes, off-screen lover, when I am wandering the oceans. Dear Sonia Delaunay, glassmaker, the pagan gods are always 3 syllables short, one of which is shale, one is paradox, and the last, the sedative lens. This is paradise, this book, a book, a blow from the rabbit fist. Generations of Romanians, rooks, have stated, being sated. Reborn as Parvati, in purple-flowered S. purpurea. The smells of the aluminum alloy satin-soaked South, the American South, customers in a particular, listening to the live broadcast, the curved. Balconies do not meet, do not meet. A gun holster, molten lead. What if I should trust you people? What if I should trust you people? A taunt, a racist gesture, slogging, home to paradise, too much moving from one needle, living flesh, sloka. Concerning the bloody quarrel between the sons, should we see a doctor who can stretch the elastic? They won't streak like me if they think what I have to say follows the theme at shorter and shorter intervals. The rubber will stretch. My bones are loosely jointed. My Star of David increases in energy just when you think my voice resembles a human voice. The darkness of this moving skeleton country may take the form of an alphabet of a one-day bicycle race, perhaps small crystals in fruit storage, or the suspicion on your forehead. When the sun finally oscillates, the dog croaks to crinkled foliage. Skin markings are falling off, the mainsprings of the disaster movie. Methodically, the desert shrinks figures. Staccato, the note, the rest, the note, the rest. Adam signed on the dotted. She is a cousin of the Mazard and the Morello. The owner of Steel Magnolias, you sweeten the fingerboard by your buying, your plucking, your long, rounded body, and Appalachian dulcimer. Reverence to the saints and angels, the dull lamplight du jour. Much time has elapsed. The lining of the artery is definitive. The risk of extinction, are you deliberately trying to estrange readers of the lens aperture, featherweight cuspings, and tracery? The work of art is a promise of something, partly wooded, partly a person other than the other. The flower is forgotten by the wearer. I sat on the long bench without a back. In some compost, I'm from Hartford, some phylactery for large antelopes. Jeme, let there be peace, light from the shadow, from the peace of gospel music, the north side of the altar at which the blonde gossamer. Was I thinking of your hair, your Cappadocia apartheid hair, singing of the pseudonyms of Alexei Maximovich? The first syllable, mistaken for God, God, in which the alphabet is a card box, the heart or upper opening of my stomach, the carcass of newspapers littering my conspicuous crest, east and west, the shape of phenol decay. Andalusia's rhombic prisms, the dwelling place in the afternoon. What was your name again? Agape among old friends, I too was called for Aliyah, who do not stream the letters. Others will rally around, some moths, jurors impaneled, circle the hills around the city. Eat your final blanket, a dance like a gavotte, born in India or South Africa, my faint bouquet of almonds. I know the harmonium from the outburst of the territorial forest, a promenade of one upon bouncy artificial grass, Kafur in bathrooms sprayed over cooking grills, my pinkish doorsteps, the larva of carrageen. To be replaced by a knowledge bone during the community's grammatical base and then in the monastery. Poor cloggers, close relatives from the hotel, who put me under discussion as winter solstice approaches. I hear their every word mistaking illegal for confraternité. I am still picking up the phone, the critter that has lived in this shack, the foreign student searching for the brothel. To my dismay, she did not leave me. Take me to Crete in February, where we are bound to get fireworks. Who among us is not a serf or a slave? The fumes lit the cat free. The hexachords of chronic pain are illuminated by blind luck. I have gambled with the goldfish bowl. The distance from gryphons of stone stuck in place, from the young Muslim woman who grows up in such few square meters. The star, Delta Gruis, is fruit topped with cookie dough, is my punishment. Bright star, accidental digger, tell me about the margins of the fronds, other windows, other screens, other suns. I'd like a stroke or a seizure. I'd like a six-petaled volcano to be my travel document. The elements of a piece of writing, deceived, derived from light and law and ritual, are no different than the interest payable to escape wheels, emblazoned tracksuits that make of logography a bullet forever lodged near the chromosome P spine. My earliest memory is of the madrasa, Naked Eye, where I learned the overall structure of language after dark, and malefic Saturn having its eye on me, the pistol of Brunei, and the ways of the Malkaya, drinking fruity wine and swallowing blood. The last one. The nylon bristles shrivel. Theirs is hair exposed to sunlight. The horrors of my wind-pollinated milk satisfy my earthly cochlea. I hear the wind of the morning gift. I cut to the white, juicy flesh of the musket the moment the ball is played. Thank you. So, I should just mention that I wrote these poems all inspired by, this book inspired by Paul Celan, one of my very favorite poets. He had a difficult life, went through the Holocaust, and I think he's one of the maybe 5 major poets of the last century, perhaps. So this was kind of inspired by reading him, and I had been trying to read him my whole life, but suddenly it clicked this summer, and I read him all, and I was like, he's just amazing. So I would put him up there with Mandelstam and Lorca and some of these other people that I really like. So there's a dedication, an epigraph at the beginning of the of this book, and to really show that he's the one who really, got me started in this vein of writing, which is very different than my recent poetry books. If anybody has any questions about the, is that okay?
Yeah, feel free. If anybody wants to ask anything.
You can ask me later, or if you want to, shoot at me now, like the process.
Book be published?
I'm sorry, what did you say again?
She wants to know if the book would be published.
The book will be published in the summer, yes. Yeah, so I'm fortunate to have a publisher for that. And I'm sorry?
Who will that be through? What?
Who's the publisher?
The publisher is Sagging Meniscus Press. I really like the work that they're, I've been putting out. So we're actually going to do something interesting. It's going to be 3 books in one, a trifecta. And we were playing around with the idea, because I've got 3 different books that kind of would go together. One is called Confessions, one is called The Art of Love, and then this one. And at first we were thinking of doing it sort of in small format, because I really like the small books that you can just carry around everywhere. So we'll see if we can manage to do that. It might be hard with 3 books. Some of it, if the lines are longer, as Dustin knows, it's not always that easy to format them, but we'll see. But even if it's larger, like normal format, it will be 3 books in one. So you get 3 for the price of 1. Isn't that great? You get The Art of Love, then you get Confessions, and then you get this. So, so it should be coming out in the summer. Anything else? Yeah.
I was saying thank you.
What was that?
I was just saying thank you for writing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Anise. Wonderful. Whoa. Hello. Okay. Trying to make sure this mic does not cut out on me. So we just listened to some fantastic poetry, some fun, interesting introspection. So let's get to the music. Our performer first on hand here is Miss Heather Bishop. She's come all the way from Austin. So let's get her on here and let's have some fun with some music.